Morning, Adrian. How are you?
Morning. I'm absolutely fine. One thing, I am normally a 6 a.m. club because I love the way you two start the show. Okay, this is a true story. However, today, catching up with some sleep, I missed it. So that means I don't know what the Arsenal score was last night.
I knew it.
Very naughty, Adrian. Not like you, my son, not like you. Well, I have to inform you, Adrian, this lady, despite the result, was in great form, so we'll love her for that.
Do you know what, Adrian? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm living. I'm accepting it. It's not the end of the world. As one of our callers said, things can only get better. So I'm keeping positive.
And I would say as well that in the famous words of Kevin Keegan's rants, Tottenham have got to go to Norwich and get something, and you will love it if they beat them.
I will love it. Oh my goodness me. Right, you're in Spain, we're in England. You've got the right side of things, haven't you? This is going to be massive, mega, huge final. How excited are you?
Well, very, very excited. Ever since the semi-final, Ali and I were both there, and that's really been extraordinary. I mean, the whole feeling has been almost surreal, Ali. I don't know about you. I mean, I haven't really been able to sort of process what happened at Ibrox that night. So, and yet here we are a couple of weeks later in Spain, and I know you're on your way out. That it's just going to be phenomenal. We're heading into Seville a little bit later on this morning. In fact, as soon as I've done this, I'm getting the train to Seville because we're in Malaga right now, and a lot of Rangers fans are based here in Malaga as well. And obviously there's loads in Seville. There's some in Portugal. So they're coming in from all angles just to make sure they get somewhere close to Seville and then get to Seville, even if they haven't got tickets. So there's this great thing that Rangers are doing, getting people to say, behave yourself and all that. And last night, I have to say, on the streets of Malaga, it was decent. It was a really good atmosphere.
Brilliant. That's it is the most important thing, Adrian, because it obviously has been an ongoing concern, but that's great, and hopefully that will continue. Now, Crookie's coming out as well. I'm meeting Crookie later on tonight. I'm working tonight at the stadium, but the build up to the game, obviously, I'm with you, mate. I've been at Ibrox on numerous occasions, hundreds and thousands of occasions. I cannot remember the old stadium buzzing like it was. I mean, genuinely, Adrian, for that Leipzig game, the atmosphere was absolutely electric from start to finish. And you're right, there's just an element, even myself, I'm thinking to myself, I'm getting ready last night and I'm packing things and I'm saying to myself, I'm off to Seville here to see us in a Europa final. I mean, even I cannot believe it.
And bearing in mind, you've got all the Champions League dropouts who we thought were going to go on and take the final places. It is an extraordinary thing that's going on. The other surreal thing I can't get my head around is that the Rangers right back is the top scorer in the Europa League.
Incredible.
Incredible. Can't get my head around. But you're right, it is important that the fans behave, but it's also important that they have a really good time and remember, what a special time this is in their lives. Because it might just be, this is it. This could be the biggest moment that they have. If they win the thing, I can't imagine how Seville will be tomorrow night. But that semi-final, the place was literally rocking. Rangers put out a video on social media of the whole stand that we were in, literally shaking, and it was pretty scary in some ways. But the songs that they sing, they've got some incredible songs.
Yeah,
for Rangers fans.
The Lundstrom one's amazing. The Lundstrom one with
Belinda. Did you see Belinda Carlisle actually videoed a message and sent it out? Absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
Yes, her career's reborn. It's just superb. So there's some other great songs, and they were singing them all last night. The Gio Van Bronckhorst. I think I sent you the Gio Van Bronckhorst one, Ali. It's so loud and so good. And in the end, the Rangers and the Frankfurt fans that were there, Rangers outnumbered them in Malaga last night comfortably. But they actually had a sing-off. I tweeted the pictures of this at talkSPORT Drive. They had a sing-off between themselves, and they were hugging each other, shaking hands. The atmosphere was great. Listen, I'm not naive to think that this is how it's definitely going to stay all through this time this week in Spain. Who knows what's going to happen, but I hope and pray that it's going to be like it was last night here in Malaga, because it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Adrian, what do you think, mate? I'm obviously getting ahead of myself now, looking to the game. Ramsey's fit. Are you playing him? What do you think the chances? I mean, the fact we got there as well without an out-and-out centre-forward is remarkable. So obviously Roof would be a big plus if he's fit. Ramsey's one for me. I think if Ramsey's fit, you've got to start him. You can't bring somebody like Ramsey to the football club and not play him in a game like this. Where are you on it, Ed?
Well, I don't. Is he fully fit? Played an hour at the weekend, and Rangers B team were sensational at the
Yeah.
weekend. It was ridiculous. They're all thinking, if I play well, I've got a chance to get into the final. Some of those young lads, it was amazing. But I tend to agree with you. If he is fully fit, you can't leave Aaron Ramsey out. There's another little problem there with the midfield, because I think he will play Kemar Roofe if Kemar Roofe is fit. And that means Aribo drops back into midfield. So they're strong in midfield. So who do you leave out? So it's a crazy problem to have. And Gio Van Bronckhorst has got to solve that problem. In some ways, I don't. It sounds a bit crazy. I don't think it matters which team Rangers pick. I don't think it matters what kind of form Frankfurt are in, how they play, because we go back to the semi-final, Ali. There's something intangible, something that you can't quite put your finger on, that is driving this Rangers team, squads, the whole club through this Europa League run, and it may well just be enough to see them over the line tomorrow night. For me, in some ways, of course, there's coaching and tactics, and players have got to play well, but it's a feeling that I think the club are so strong. It's such a strong club at the moment, even though they didn't win the title, that I think they should be okay. The only problem is they're not at home, and at home is where Ibrox, where they've been scoring goals.
I was going to say to you, I heard you. Sorry, I've just totally taken over. I apologise totally. I heard you yesterday. It might have been with the boys in the afternoon, and you made that point, and it is a very, very good point. And I don't think for a minute, and I'm convinced that Giovanni and Rangers will not underestimate Frankfurt. But just to remind the kind of listeners here, we're dealing with a team. The last 3 games in this competition away from home, they've beaten Barcelona, they've beaten Atalanta, and they've beaten West Ham away from home. So I would be loath to look at league positions and say, well, they're only sitting 10th or 11th in the Bundesliga, so therefore, because clearly that won't be the case, mate.
Yeah, it's like they've saved it for the Europa League. It's a really good point. And I've kind of shied away from looking at their Bundesliga form, because it's almost literally nothing to do. It's like a completely separate feeling coming into this competition, a little bit like Rangers as well. So I just think it's going to be such a special atmosphere, a special thing, and Rangers definitely can do it. I don't think there's any doubt whatsoever that Rangers definitely can do it. But you're right to point out those results that Frankfurt have had. People should not go into this saying, it's only Frankfurt. Yeah. They're not that good, because that really isn't the case.
Okay, Ade, we'll let you go and get your train. Good luck tomorrow.
Safe trip, Ed.
We can't wait to listen to it. It's going to be mega, and you guys are always so good at this. So, looking forward to listening to you all. Safe journey.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.